going, and today we're going to be playing around in Blueprint. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be showing you how to do one thing at a time, and by the time we're done with all this, you're going to know how to create your own game or whatever you want to do. To get started, we're just going to go launch 4.26. I hear rumors that 5 is going to be coming out pretty soon, Unreal 5, so I can only imagine what that's going to be about. So anyway, for this one, and this is one of the things that really brought me to Unreal from Unity. If you go into games and you go next, they have all these templates that are all ready to go. Like, this is just so fantastic. And the last time I was in Unity, they didn't even have anything close, like not even close. Anything that works right out of the box. You know, there's a program called Embergen, and right out of the box, it shows a simulation going, and I love stuff like that. Okay, so anyway, we're going to go to first person and go next, and we'll leave everything on the default. You can just call this BP1 and go create project. And this is just a basic showing you how to swap out a material, showing you kind of how you create a material and how it can interact with first person shooter. Let me show you how awesome this is. Okay, so this is just straight out of the box Unreal Engine, right? You go play, you're already in the game. Look, you're already taking names. You know, and then you can kind of deconstruct everything. I just love this about Unreal. Like, that was the first thing when I came into Unreal. I was like, oh my gosh, it's already working. Okay, so I'm gonna hit escape and come out of that. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into blueprints here and we're gonna create a material. How exciting is that? So I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna create new folder, and I'll just call this materials. This is just super basic, okay? Nothing too complicated. And then I'll click into that folder, and now if I right click, I can go to material, and there's a material right there. And I don't know, I can call this cylinder color or something like that. Okay, and now I'll just double click on that, and it's going to take me into the material editor. It's very similar to the blueprint editor. Now, to create material, it's pretty straightforward actually. We're just going to right click and we're going to type in vector parameter. Now this, you know, this sounds really intimidating. You can come over here and call it base. You can rename it actually. So should go base color. Now all a vector is 3 values at the same time. So it's usually X, Y, and Z. So here, but over here it's RGB, right? 3 values. And then you put my cursor over it, you see it's 0, 0, 0, right? And there's an alpha channel. Okay, so 0, 0, 0. So this is a vector. It's going to give us 3 values, and it's RGB, which will be a color. All we've got to do is click on this and pick a color. You know, so I don't know what color you want. It's any color you want. And you'll see it over here as we drag up the old and the new, because 0, 0, 0 is black, right? So that's the old one, and we can just pick any old color, right? And just go okay, and then you should see it update here, and update there, but it doesn't update here. We've got to hook it up. So this here is called the execution path. So when it turns into that plus sign, I just click it into base color, and you should see it update here in a second. And then we have our material. We kind of see what it looks like. Now we have a whole range of other attributes that a material can have, and we're probably only interested in specular and roughness. So if I right click again, I can search for, I think it's a scalar that we want. Scalar parameter, right? Okay, and I can call this one I can call it specular, but my system is kind of slow today. Specular, or maybe it's just me. Specular, and we can give it a value of 0.1. Okay, and then we're just gonna plug that into specular, right? And then you should see some specularity, I would hope. And then I can right click on this and go duplicate, bring that one down, and then over here I can rename this to roughness and leave it at 0.1, and then I can again drag this into roughness and give it a second to update. And then we have, you know, more than just a color. We've got some diffuseness and we've got some specularity there. Okay, and then all we have to do is go save. So there we've just created our first material. How exciting is that? Okay, so now we're just close out of that, and there it is right there in our materials folder. there, right there. Okay, now what we're going to do is, and this is really super basic, I'm just right clicking and orbiting around here, is I'm going to create an object. I'll just get an object out of here, geometry, we'll call it a cylinder, and I'll just drag it onto the scene there. Hit my scroll wheel here. I'm on the object. If I hit my space bar, I can just scale this up a little bit more, make it a little more impressive. And if I hit play, I'm in my scene and we got this big old cylinder thing there. And I can shoot at it. I just love this about Unreal. Okay, escape. Okay, so now all we're gonna do is we're gonna make it so that when I shoot the gun at this object, it will change colors. Okay, so that's gonna be an event hit. So what I do is I come over here on the cylinder. There it is, the cylinder. All right, yep. What's that? Right, hold on. Cylinder rush, right? Okay, cylinder rush, right? Click on it. I messed up here. So what I really I don't want this, is really what I want is I want the primitive type. So let me delete that, just delete it. We all make mistakes, right? So let me just come into basic here, and I'm just going to drag in a primitive. That's what I really wanted. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to scale it up and drag this out like that. Okay, and then if I hit play, now I'm in and there it's the same thing. It's just a primitive object type is what I want. Okay, so I'm going to hit escape. Now if I come over here, since it's a static mesh, I've got this option for the blueprint to add. So then I'll just click that. And what we're going to do is we're going to go create a blueprint script to make this so that when we shoot at this thing, it will change color. Okay, and we can leave everything here on the default, except I don't want this going into the materials folder. I just want it in the blueprints folder. So I'll right click there and I'll just click right there and go okay. And we'll leave it named that. So now we're in the cylinder blueprint. Now here's a viewport here, and I back away. There's our object and there's our event graph. And this is a blueprint, so we'll be editing on this. So I left click and drag, and I'm just going to get rid of all this. And this is real simple. I right click, and I'm going to look for something called event hit. Event hit. There it is right there. We double click that. And if I drag off of this, I can search for something called set material. And sometimes I have trouble looking for stuff in here. So I want this one right here, set material. And then it actually hooks up already the static mesh component. And this is our script. This is just telling us when that ball hits the cylinder to swap out the color. Well, to tell it to swap out the color, we've got to come down here to select asset, and we'll look for, there's our cylinder color right there. And that's all we got to do. And then so we just go compile, and we go save, and let me just close out of this. And if I go play and I'm in the game, now watch what happens. So I've had a bad day at work, and so I'm just killing everybody. But look, boom. Hey, why didn't it change? Don't make a liar out of me. Oh, wonder why it didn't change. Hold on. What could I have done wrong? Event hit. Compile, save. Hit play. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Why isn't it changing? What could I have done wrong? Cylinder blueprint. Material. Cylinder color. Event hit. Primitive component. Set material by name. Maybe it's not the set material by name. Hold on. Material static mesh component. That's one we want it. Come down here like that. So it's supposed to be simple, but it got a little wonky on me. Compile, save. Now if we go back in here, hit play. Okay, now I've had a bad day doing Unreal Engine. Boom, there. See, that's how you get it to work. Okay. Well, believe it or not, that's it. That's all I had for today. So just these little tiny things, you know, so like I said, brick by brick, step by step, we're going to figure this program out. So take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.